Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I would like to share with you a very beautiful attacking game played by legendary American chess player Paul Morphy. In this game, Morphy is playing with black pieces and his opponent is English chess master Henry Bird. The game was played in 1858 in London and this was a casual game. Bird with white pieces opened up with e4 and Morphy responded with e5. Knight f3 d6, Morphy goes for Philidor defense, and to d4 he responded with Philidor Countergambit f5. According to modern theory, this is considered to be a dubious line and is allowing white to gain advantage with ease. The problem with this f5 is that this is weakening the a to g8 diagonal, and by putting the bishop on c4, white can create problems for black. Now if we move like e takes d4, then white can castle kingside, and then can either put the rook on e1 or play knight g5, and black is facing serious problems. But in our game, after f5, we have knight c3, a strong move, but of course it's not as strong as bishop c4. F takes e4, knight takes e4, d5 and knight g3. Bird is playing very passively. Instead, it was better to play an aggressive knight takes e5 move. This is a move which Zukertort also suggested later. The idea is that if d takes e4, then queen h5 check is coming and black is actually getting a lost position. White can go for knight takes g6. If h takes g6, then first white can force black to move his king, and then with several checks can win also the rook, and this is a totally winning position for white. But in our game, after d5, we have knight g3, which is allowing Morphy to equalize the game. e4 is on the board, knight e5 and knight f6. Already black is doing okay and there are no problems in black's camp. Bishop g5, bishop d6, knight h5, and Morphy castled kingside. Queen d2, queen e8, and g4, a move which is allowing black to gain advantage. Instead, it was better to play bishop takes f6. If queen takes h5, then bishop e2, followed by bishop h4. Still, black's position is preferable, but of course, this line is better than the one which we see in our game. So in our game, after queen e8, we have g4, to which Morphy responded with knight takes g4, though he could also capture on e5. Knight takes g4 by Bird, and queen takes h5. Knight e5, knight c6, bishop e2, queen h3. In here we have the exchange of knights on c6, and white played bishop e3. Bird is first over protecting the pawn on f2, and then will castle queenside. Rook b8, the pawn on b2 is targeted, white castled queenside, and a very beautiful move by Morphy, rook takes f2. Well, if we have a look at the position in here, then black has an extra pawn and can easily convert it. For example, black could choose a quiet line either by going for bishop e6 or by offering the exchange of light squared bishops, and this is a line which is allowing black to realize the advantage in a quiet battle. But as this was a casual game and Morphy had nothing to lose, he preferred beauty rather than a dull victory and went for rook takes f2. You may ask, but what's the idea? But just have a look. Bishop takes f2 and queen a3. This is majestic, right, guys? The queen sacrifice can't be accepted because of this bishop takes a3 checkmate. But the problem with this line is that this is allowing white to equalize the game. Now, right now the threat is queen takes b2 checkmate. That's why this is the only move which is allowing white to fight back, and queen takes a2. Right now the threat is queen a1 check followed by queen takes b2 checkmate. That's why b4 is virtually forced, right? White went for b4 and queen a1 check. King c2, queen a4 check, and king b2, which is losing. So far so good, but with king b2, white is losing the last hope. Instead, it was better to move back the king on c1. If we move like a5, then queen c2. And white is managing to fight back. Let's take a quick look at this position. According to engine, this position is equal. But in our game, after queen a4 check, we have king b2, and now let's see how Morphy realized his advantage. Here comes bishop takes b4, and that's a move which just asks itself to be played. I just can't understand, guys, how could Bert allow this bishop takes b4 by putting his king on b2. By the way, the difference of king b2 and king c1 is that in here, if you go for bishop takes b4, then your king is not on the b file and black is not winning the pawn with a check. Now if queen a1, then king c2, and white is managing to fight back, you know. In here, if you play rook takes b4, then queen g5 is coming, and this is equal. There is nothing you can do on the queen side. White is managing to repel black's attack successfully. And in here, a move white should find is bishop d3. Despite the fact that finding this queen g5 or bishop d3 are nearly impossible to find from afar, but it's just obvious that by putting your king on b2, you are allowing rook takes b4 with a check. So let's see how the game went on. C takes b4, rook takes b4 check, and queen takes b4 already. Giving up the queen is forced, otherwise if we move like king c1, then white king is quickly getting checkmated. That's why in our game we have queen takes b4 and queen takes b4 check, king c2 and e3. Another beautiful move by Morphy. With this move he's opening up the b1 h7 diagonal and is allowing his last piece to join the attack with the tempo. Here it goes bishop f5 check, rook d3. If bishop d3, then again this won't help white. Queen c4 check is coming, followed by bishop takes d3. In our game we have rook d3, but anyways queen c4 check is on the board. King d2, queen a2 check, and after king d1, queen b1 check, finally we have a resignation. If king d2, then queen takes h1 is coming, and black's position is totally winning. That's why after queen b1 check, Henry Bert resigned. Another impressive attacking game by Paul Morphy, which I hope that you enjoyed greatly. I have to tell you that the combination which started with rook takes f2 followed by queen a3 is a very famous one, and this is one of the best known positions which occurred in Paul Morphy's games. In the end, a chess puzzle for you, which is taken from a game again played by Paul Morphy. The task is to find the winning move for white. I will wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you. Feel free to check them out as well. I will see you in my next video. Take care.